Live, there are party starters, and then there are party starters. Patricia de Lille is the leader of the Good Party, and she is a two-time offender in that regard. She joins me now to speak about her latest foray into the ballot box. Patricia de Lille, thank you so much for your time. Let me just move on to the question here. Is the fact that you started the Good Party indicative of the regret you have for merging the ID with the Democratic Alliance?
No, not at all. Not at all. When the ID and the DA came together, it was for a purpose. And the purpose was to build an alternative to take on the ANC as the ruling party. We started off as four parties, COPE, UDM, DA, and ID. And finally, when we got a mandate from all our structures, we decided to go that way. There's still a need today in South Africa to build that alternative to unseat the ruling party. So I've got no regrets. I've done it with Helen Zille. It's when the new political leadership, but under Mmusi Maimane came in, that no longer became a priority for the DA.
Patricia, your divorce, if you will, with the opposition, the Democratic Alliance, was, in fact, acrimonious might be an understatement. They leveled charges at you of corruption. Have you washed those allegations off? Is your base asking you about some of the reasons you left the Democratic Alliance?
Well, definitely. I've been able to clear my name completely. I had won 3 court cases in the High Court in Cape Town. The DA was found wanting in one, that they did not follow their own constitution and they did not follow due process. I'm in the process of suing a whole lot of people for making allegations against me that I could never test. Karabo, I've gone through a dehumanizing experience for 2 years in the DA. It was an abusive relationship. And like I always advise any woman, that if you are in an abusive relationship, you need to walk away. So I left the bad to form the good. Because I believe that there are many good people in South Africa who love this country like myself, who want to see our country succeed. And if good people do nothing, that's when evil and corruption prosper. And that is what I've done exactly now to bring good people together.
Officially today, Patricia, is your 4 months anniversary, as it were, as the Good Party. 4 months is a very short space of time to venture into the elections coming up. So two-part question. One, it's not a cheap exercise to run an election campaign, nor to give a 600,000 rand deposit to the IEC. So who is funding the Good Party and who will you be targeting? Because we saw when the EFF came in 2014 that they tapped into the disgruntled youth segment, if you will, and they really made forays into those demographics. Who is the target audience for the Good Party?
You know, I'm inspired every morning by the words of our late Tata Madiba that said, nothing is impossible. Anything seems impossible until it's done.
So how did we make this possible?
And the way the world has changed, you know what? In what we achieved in the 4 months, using digital, using technology, bringing young people, mostly young people and a few experienced people together to build this party, is just phenomenal. And the response from South Africans, when I made the call for good people to come together to save our country, I've also not been disappointed by that response. But this is the point, Karaba. We live in a multi-party democracy. And democracy is about contestation of ideas. If anyone has got an idea and you want to test that idea, the only way you can do so is through an election. So if anybody asks me why have I formed a new political party, One, because I have a new idea, but secondly, I can in terms of our new constitution. So as much as many political parties are pushing everybody off, there are just too many parties, you must also understand that you're interfering with the constitutional right of anybody in this country to start a political party anytime. And leave it up to the voters to be the judge and not judge parties before the time.
Ms. de Lille, the voters, as I am one of, has seen the recent history of South Africa and how political principles can be beholden to the money that funds them. And I don't have to go any further than Bosasa. So I guess we ultimately want to know that you are not going to be beholden to those that fund you. So I don't know if you can disclose. Can you disclose your funders?
My brother, this question has been put to me many times by many interviews that I've done. And my response has been that we are a party that believe in the rule of law and in the constitution. There is now a law that is going to compel all political parties to disclose their funding. And we are ready, and we will respond, and we will comply with the law once they've started the process. You ask about our funding. Our funding has come predominantly from people through crowdfunding, through our website. You can go there now. You can see there's a special column that asks for donations. We have had fundraising events. We have got our ordinary members that have been raising funds. Yes, and we did get support from people who have their own companies. And once the time comes for all political parties to declare, we will declare.
My final question, and it's also a two-part question. You're Patricia de Lille. You've carried a lot of political capital with you over the years, whether from your role from the PAC, some of the disclosures you've made as a member of parliament with regards to the arms deal. You've gone on to start a political party, and now you're surely the only woman in South Africa to have started two political parties. So I want to ask you, the first question being on your own political capital. Do you not feel that it has seen its best days are behind it? Do you still feel that you are that strong? And secondly, surely you must be targeting the Western Cape here. And if you are, whose votes do you think you're going to take, the ANC's or the DA's?
No, I'm not targeting the Western Cape at all. We have registered to participate nationally in all 9 provinces. As I speak to you, in the short space of time, we've got almost 100,000 people that have joined us. And certainly, yes, I was the first woman in South Africa who started the political party, contested the elections, and won seats at all 3 spheres of government. And so my values, my principles have not changed. This idea of mobilizing good people to save our country is an idea that I'm going to put before the electorate. And it is the electorate that will decide. Already, we are hardly 4 months in existence. You can look at the polls from Ipsos Marcanor. We're already featuring amongst established parties like the old ones. And it's the old ones, the old governing party and the old opposition that have messed up our country. So we want to give South Africans that alternative. And I'm confident that there are many people who are looking for an alternative because they are so disillusioned with the existing old parties that they will vote for good.
Patricia de Lille, happy 4 months anniversary to you and the Good Party. I can only wish you well ahead of the elections. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Karabo, and thank you for the opportunity.